use it against your initial purchase of the uniforms, but you could use it against shoes or alternate uniform or, stuff like that. And he knows that better than I do. All I just told him is, well, as we're going through this, I will work with you and I will try to make it as easy as possible. And right. But you can't go back and put it in and get a refund. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And he said, he typically you can get shoes at, I don't know, 40 or some percent. He said I'd have to pay full price for them, but the girls wouldn't have to pay anything. He said that would be nice. And, or the boys or who, whatever team it was. And I just said, Mark, I'm telling you, I'm going to try to get a stipend for all these people. That way it's probably not going to be the same, but at least it won't be going from you are getting this and they're getting nothing. And there were several districts who just said, sorry, it's the law. And again, I know how much, um, yeah, I do. And that's right. That's right. So, yeah, anything else that, hopefully that'll help, but I would get with Mark just to find the specifics on that Adidas company. And he may not, or the next time it's, okay.
Hello.
Hey, all right, hang on there. Let me step out here.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. That's good because, right, and that way, the comps might not, I think he was worried the comp might not end up being as much, but it may. I think when they were doing the big one with the year, seemed like they had to spend 50 grand. If you got a $6,000 comp, but then you had to decide how to split it over the scores, and this year, this one we need more, this year, we didn't use much, and then we're going to get, you're right, it's a whole lot less complicated. Plus, you get into that deal with you, right? Those actually want to make fun of you. I think even when you might be great to tell you, it will pull you to go under my number. And they felt like, well, we can't just leave this, it doesn't come. Well, that law kind of changed that a little bit, and I think it made it work, so they don't do it. And I could, correct, that's the only downside. And I could get a little off on that. They may have had, different with each sport already, but it's still an agreement with Adidas that, because they would even count the money I spent on stuff towards the 50 grand. Like, cause I'm ordered through the district website. And so that's why I always try to make sure I ordered, I don't know, a couple $100 worth of stuff every year just to support. And so, okay, yep, Sounds great, man. No problem. Well, I'm happy here and I wish you nothing but success. You know, it's great. I'm glad. I think they got some potential. I think they got a good team. That's great. Yeah, yeah, sure. No, I agree with you. I love it. That's so great.
I'll try.
Spread the more.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let me know how I can, if I can help you. All right, Ron. Okay, see you, man. Bye.
Can you see me, young lady?
Yes, I can see you. I can see your eyes. I can't see your mouth though.
Can't see me?
I can. I can see like the top part of your face.
Oh, dear God, bless your heart. Hey, oh, don't you look like a doll today? Yeah. Don't get used to this short hair.
Oh.
But I said it's the best thing. You can just get in the shower, get out, and go. I love it like that.
Do you remember? Is it my school board or my home?
I can't.
Starting to curl it
No.
away. I'm gonna be back here all by myself. Who cares? You know. And I told Kurt I would drive myself, and he said, "No, you know your foot. I had surgery on my. I told you, didn't I? Yes, I did. And God, he just
Well, the address is Bell South, but AT&T is Lynn.
and stuff. And of course, it was a regular appointment for him, so I went and stuff. And I told him, I said, "Oh God, I'm just having so much trouble with his foot." And he said, "What's going on?" Oh God, wonderful. So it's there. Oh yeah. It did all that and put out. But my feet aren't good clean. I know. Who cares? I told Kurt, I said, "Oh, thank God, this
Anytime.
All righty. Ms. Bumpus, are you ready?
Yeah,
All righty.
ready, ready.
All right. Call the meeting to order. And on our Thursday, 12 o'clock meeting, let's see. Are there any proposed amendments to the agenda, Mr. Burrow?
Well, this is of course, it was a special call, so there wouldn't be any difference, except we did add you had add-on bills, so that's in there.
All right. And let's see. I guess the first item would be the approval of consent agenda.
Well, actually, it be my comments, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a line. I'm not marking them.
It's okay. Just I'm going to remind, I said this at the board luncheons, but people may not have been on the luncheon. As I enter this reopening of school, we have already approved the calendar of August 5th, but we always have the right to amend it. Do I think we'll be in school August 5th? I don't think we'll be in school August 5th. I think we'll be pushing it back a little bit to see what's happening, because there's a lot of regulations we must follow. We're looking at a couple different ones. Most everybody around here is starting to do the August 26th date, which is a variable calendar. There's a whole lot to that, because for retirement purposes, we just found out basically you're in that variable calendar with 1,062 hours. We would have to go to school 162 days instead of 170. Certified gets credit for retirement, and I think classified don't at this point. So that is a mess we got to deal with, trying to figure out what we're going to do with that one. I also brought up possible August 19th, but I'm not going to jump in and say this is the date we're going to go right now, because I don't know what things said yesterday have changed today. And what I have no idea what's going to be like in August. We already got a calendar approved. It's August 5th. We're probably going to move it back. I can wait almost to July 30th if they have to, if we move it back. But right now, I don't know what it's going to look like, and nobody else does too. So I don't want to sit there and say we are going in school at this time and have to change it. It's not. I just don't like working that way. I like to say, give you the options. They have told us to make calendars. We've been working on calendars. There's a lot of things you got to, with employee contracts that you have to deal with. We're getting closer on those where we could come back and say, here's one. I feel like we could work and we can pay our teachers on time and everything else, and our employees on time. So there's a lot of things to think about, like on the variable calendar. We could sit there and say, we have 2 days where teachers get paid for parent-teacher conferences. Well, if I ask the board to move them up, that's 2 more days we can use to get closer to the pay, start school. Everybody gets paid on August 15th. I can justify that by saying, this is a year we're going to have to contact a lot of parents and more communication with parents, because of we've been out for 9 weeks and we don't know what's going to look like at the beginning. So trying to figure out moving days up to front load it that is legal and by law with the IRS and with the variable calendar law we're still working on that. We got a little bit of time. So just to give you a little recap on the opening of school, we met yesterday as a group, kind of 2 or 3 of us in the central office, and divided up everybody in administration in the district, working on our return to school plan next week. We have a virtual meeting kind of going over it with everybody that we have put, what groups are put in. It basically touches on everything that the health department, the governor, the feds, and everybody has told us this is what we have to do. It's in this plan. Yes, we have to follow the plan. We're part of state funding, and we must follow everything that directed to us. And we'll get that up hopefully by July 15th to all parents, because it's a living document as the rules change for the government and the state and the health departments. We change it. It's just a constant change and living. There's no use of putting it out now, because it won't look the same by the time July 15th gets here. So hopefully our numbers will go down, and we keep adding more openings on this plan But right now we're at the point, as of today, we're going to start working on what we know today, and we'll change it tomorrow. We'll change it the next day. On the, just want to let you know, I am going to, David and Stokes and I were on the phone late last night, and he's been working tirelessly on the budgets and salary schedules. And he was up at 3 a.m. this morning. I wasn't up that early, but he was trying to work on a salary schedule. And we talked this morning, and with everything, with the savings we've done on a lot of things lately, and working with different areas on our budget, I'm proud to say that we have our staff this past year deserves a lot of credit. And with our strategic plan, one of the things is recruit and retain our people. And that's one of the things is the salaries. And I am blessed to say David's worked miracles, and we have covered, and we will not be going in general fund, but I will be recommending you June 30th that we can give our teachers and staff across the board a 1% raise from our budget and not go in our general fund. That will be up and above. The only thing in the MAC is even covered, the alternative school. He's been tirelessly working on his budget, and I appreciate all the hard work. We have been, and David and I have been talking about this all year. We want to give teachers raises or employees raises, and we're not sure what the budget's going to look like next year, but we got it where we can do it this year, and it's not going to hurt us. So this is one of the things I will be recommending to you. Also, the max covered. Only thing that we hit into our general fund that is above and beyond we didn't cover was the second ag teacher, but we knew that was going to happen. So we're with our everything we've done this year with the insurance savings, we were able to move one step closer. We'll never be equal to the surrounding like Davis counties and Owensboro's salaries, but there's something to be said. These kids are great. It's a great place to work. And if we could get closer, that just having a country style and great is one thing that is a plus for this county. If we can just get our salaries a little bit closer, people will want to stay here instead of possibly taking on a whole lot of more problems. So I just want to say that I will be recommending you that on June 30th as a 1% raise across the board for employees. I'm more than happy to discuss this with anything, but this was as of today and last night. David has worked his tail off to get this done, and I think our everybody, teachers, staff, bus drivers, custodians, food service. There's not a person that didn't work their tails off in a blink of an eye when this pandemic hit. And I believe they needed something for their recognition. So any questions on that we got until June 30th, but I do this on you today because we just got it done today. Thank you, Dave, for all your hard work.
I'm all in favor of that.
I am too. And I thank goodness for all of you working so hard to do this.
Me too.
Sounds good.
Very good. Very good.
The opportunities in the near future may be slim. If we have the opportunity to do anything now to reward the staff, I think it's important we take that chance and do it. Because I've talked to a couple of state legislators myself, and the budget in years to come not going to favor us being able to do raises. So, Mr. Burrow, Mr. Stokes, thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you. Also, let me see. On the consent item, you'll have board meeting for next school year, July on, our meeting dates, not the luncheons and the meeting. As I said before, or the change in there we talked about is moving our board meetings to 5:30 instead of 6:30. At this point, everybody kind of agreed. So I want to let you know, all of our board, when we get out of virtual, go back to our regular board meetings, they'll be at 5:30 instead of 6:30 at night. That's been added if there's any discussion on that, because right now 6:30 is just a long day for a lot of our staff that's been there since 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning. So just wanted to know that if there's any discussion on that, we can pull that out at the consent item, but that's one that was in there discussed before, and I put that as 5:30. I think Jason came in right before board meeting and gave me some good news, but I'm gonna have Mr. Bowman kind of give you some, the MAC was already covered, but I think Jason got some more good news just a second ago. Go ahead, Jason.
Back in December, I had applied for a grant through E-Rates to pay for the network equipment for the MAC. I got notification today that we are receiving our 80% discount. So I applied for just a little over 10,000. They're going to discount us 80%, so we'll only have to pay about $2,500 for our network equipment.
Great. Great. Thanks, Jason.
So that's even helps us more with the 1%. So I'm kind of glad of that. And just to let you know, our sports have started. They're playing, and I had somebody, Miss Tanner, walked in my office today, and she said something great. It was good hearing kids' voices in the schools and basketballs bouncing, and just being around the kids. It's been a long time since that's happened. So, there is a little light at the end of the rainbow. We're getting closer. So, but they are following the plans. I've been assured the coaches are doing a great job with that. And thank you, Mark Cersei, and Barry and Zach. They did a great job of getting the coaches and the plans together. So basically, it's moving in the right direction. It's slow, but it's moving in the right direction. Mr. Chairman, that's all the comments I have at this time.
All right, thank you. Good information there. Thank you. I guess then now would be approval of consent agenda. And if anyone wants to pull something out, let us know. We can do so. If not, take a look at it for a moment. And
I don't need to pull anything, Wendell.
all right, thank you.
I'm good.
Mrs. Sutton.
All right.
I'm pretty good with it, Wendell. Curiosity. I guess I need to ask David, is just David bonded, or is everybody bonded that deals with the finance?
Good question, Mr. Howard. We have three levels of bonding for money. We have one that's kind of in our big policy. We have one specific for about 25 employees. The one that I'm asking you to approve today requires board approval, and it is a mandate for every treasurer of every district.
Okay, David, I was just curious. I didn't know whether that was going to cover everybody or just you. I didn't know.
The one today is just for me.
Okay.
But we do have two other levels of covering, one, people who handle cash, and two, we have a blanket employee fraud coverage. So.
Okay, David. Like I said, don't mean anything by it. I was just curious whether it was everybody or you. Sounds
no problem.
Good. Wendell, I'm good with everything. Thank you, David.
All right. Mr. Burrow, have a recommendation?
I recommend we approve the consent agenda.
All right. Heard the recommendation. Do I hear a motion?
I make the motion, we approve the consent agenda items.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Have a second?
Greg, second.
Mr. Riggs, thank you. All in favor, say yes.
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 Oppose? No? Okay, yeses have it. All right, then we move on down to approved bills. I think you said we have some add-ons here. Not many.
Okay, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
trying to find it. Curiosity for me, it'd be line item 61.
We're not gonna get to it.
I'd just like to know who is that? I got no problem with drill bits for the bus garage. It doesn't bother me a bit. I was just curious who you bought them from.
That is Snap-on.
Okay, sounds good. David, thank you. I wondered that, but I didn't know.
When we write the check, it actually has Joseph Phillips and then doing business as Snap-on underneath it. But when it comes through here, it does not show that, and I'm sorry for that.
No, sorry to it. I'm just being nosy. Thank
Good
you,
question.
David.
Yes, sir.
That's got me on the bills, Mr.
All
Chairman.
right. Mr. Howard, thank you.
I'm good. Done
Good,
with-
Mr. Miller.
I
All
am
right.
too.
Everyone's good. I did notice that the utility bills were down quite a bit at all the schools. Of course, the weather's been decent and no students, I think made a lot of difference. At least we saved a little there.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Burrow, recommendation?
I recommend we pay the bills.
All right, heard the recommendation. Need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
All right, Mr. Howard, thank you. Have a second?
I'll second Miss Sutton.
All right, Ms. Dutton, thank you. All right, no other discussion then. All in favor say yes.
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 All not in favor say no. 5-0. All right, thank you. The next thing would be Mr. Stokes with the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Superintendent, and members of the board. We have revenues in the month of May of $1,107,685.43. We have expenditures that were $980,899.58. That left us with a closing balance of $5,543,107.26. Our general fund and payroll checking totaled $4,455,361.88. Our special revenue fund had $69,098.03. Our district activity funds have a balance of $35,589.05. Capital outlay has a balance of $271,228.76. Our FSPK fund has a negative balance of $124,537. Our construction has a negative balance of $28,339.08. And our food service has a balance of $93,517.24. After school has a balance of $8,997.07. Community education has a balance of $1,113.74. And our trust and agency funds, which are mostly our scholarships, have a balance of $761,077.57. And as I like to do every month, just to remind the board members and anyone who's listening that's new, our FSPK fund is funded partially from the state and partially from the district. The district puts its portion in when we receive our property taxes, and the state gives us their first half in July, and they give us the second half in June. This report is as of May 31. I have already checked. We received a check, direct deposit from the state for $124,537. So next month it will balance. And on the construction funds, the reason it's in negative is because we have paid our architect to start a project, the HVAC system at Calhoun Elementary, and due to the pandemic, we have pushed that project back next year. So we have not sold bonds to cover that yet. However, when we sell bonds, it will more than cover this fund. So it's not an alarming amount for either circumstance. And I just wanted to remind everyone that we're good with those. So if you will actually scroll to the next page. I'd just like to point out that we have received almost 97% of our local budget at this point. 97.5 of our property tax. And we are on track to basically, we can say that we did what we thought we were going to. So everything looks good. We did run a 20,000 deficit in our general fund this month, but that is not alarming due to the fact that it being May and our property taxes, are almost completely fulfilled for our amount to receive. So I think this time last year we did we were negative about 15,000. So that again, that's on pace. Nothing alarming there. Pretty normal month. So at this point, I'd be happy to answer any questions, on this report or on anything else dealing with finance.
I'm good with it. I appreciate it, David. You're usually pretty thorough on most of the time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm good.
I'm good back here. Thank you, David.
Big
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
All right. I guess we need a recommendation.
I
Mr. Burrow?
recommend we approve the treasurer's report as Mr. Stokes presented.
All right. Since there's no any more comments, I need a second I need a motion first.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Riggs, have a second.
Second.
All right, Mr. Howard, thank you. All right, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? No. Yeses have it. Thank you very much. Next thing we have is the information. It's personnel reports that I think you have. I think they were just handed out a few minutes ago for your viewing. And does any of the board members have any comments at this time? We
Yeah.
will be going. Go
I just
ahead.
have
I'm
a
sorry.
question. Where did Cassie go to from the middle school?
I think she went back to Davis County as her old guidance counselor position.
Oh, okay. And Carlene Logston, is she just not going to teach?
And I think she went to Southern Oaks.
Oh,
Oh, good for them, though.
All right. Anything else? If not, then we will need to go into closed session to conduct a preliminary discussions relating to the evaluation of the superintendent pursuant to KRS 61-810-1F and KRS 156.5576C. And we would need a motion on that.
I'll make that motion. This is Sutton.
All right, Mrs. Sutton, have a second.
second.
Ms. Bumpus, all right, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All right, noes. All right. Then I think Mr. Bowman is going to have to shut us down and make change. We're not moving or anything, but have
We will
shut.
come back
All righty.
Second.
All right. Approve the come back in session? Yes?
Yes.
Yes,
Closed?
yes.
All right. Yeah, then, Mr. Riggs, you want to discuss what we talked over? I know we can't finish today since you have the paperwork.
Unfortunately, Mr. Burrows, I don't have a copy that I can present to you, and if it's all right with the board, I can come by Monday when I bring the finished copy and turn it into Miss Lindsay. Would that be okay with the board?
It
I'm
is.
good.
Okay.
Fine with me.
And if possible, Mr. Burrow, if you were available, I'll take a minute or two, sit down with you and show you through. But we cited evidence that you gave us repeatedly. Your let me see. Let me pull my stuff back out. I am going to do a synopsis. Basically, you know, you listed under standard for your teachers with retired teachers of experience, terminations in tribunals, corrective action plans that you help mentor, and job descriptions for the new were some of the things we listed for that one. That's not everything, but that's most of it. On standard 5 on managerial, and we feel like across the board, all 4 items that you have shown to be or proven to be through your efforts and the way you've worked with staff exemplary in all the last 4 items. The 5th one we listed, some of the things we listed was you have developed the district facility strategic plan. You chaired the district emergencies operational meeting with all the first responders and stakeholders involved in that, the needs assessment for the alternative center, and your willingness to work with food director for various things. The standard 6, again, another exemplary. You met with multiple entities: GREC, WKEC, OCTC, the Community Coalition, the Chamber of Commerce, the Judge Exec, Farm Bureau. I mean, you listed many things that you work with them on issues related to our school district. And again, your willingness to work with the food director, transportation director, and their departments in providing the food and the meals for our students, as well as instructional leaders of the district to implement the NTI programs to help educate our students, not to mention from the previous year when we got our results in September on the state assessments, are all examples of your exemplary efforts. It's on standard 7, influential. Your involvement in things like Safe School, like the active shooter thing you did, the district instructional rounds, and there are several other things you listed. You're attending the KAS Superintendent Summit and meeting with the governor and House and Senate leaders to discuss school issues. The letters you've signed in relationship to the state legislatures and General Assembly, especially on our behalf for the charter school trainings that we were trying to work with on that. And then your participation in press conferences and writing letters and the webinars during the COVID thing, and your representation we appreciate and feel like is gone to that exemplary level also. In closing, in our summary, obviously I told you up front that we are saying that you were exemplary. But in closing, I read Mr. Burrell. In summary, Mr. Burrell in the last year has proven himself to be an exemplary school leader. The highest assessment scores for the district indicate his ability to lead in instruction, his ability to handle the complex issues of managing a school district during the COVID-19 pandemic have been masterful. And it is without a doubt that his continued service to the schools in McLean County will continue to lift them up to a higher level. And we concluded with an outstanding job. So, Mr. Burrell, as representing the board and your evaluation, we feel like you've done an excellent job and above and beyond and exemplary. And we'd like to encourage you to continue to do so. And you have our support as you continue to manage and guide our district.
Thank you.
Good evaluation.
Thank you.
Yep, great job. Great job.
It's a great place to be, and the working with y'all has been wonderful. I mean, you let me try things and you listen and we all work together. I got a great staff, great administrators, we got a great district and just thank you for all your support. You give me a little freedom to try things that I've seen, and I've listened to things. I've seen things here that work better than other districts, but when you try to take what works in different places and all at once, but we have a great district and it's moving forward. And every staff member I can't do without. I lean on everybody. If I knew it all, I'd be lying. I got to have a lot of support and especially our administrators in the central office. When you got 3 or 4 of them has been in a house and been a principal, they've been there in the trenches. So, it's easy to lean on and move on down to the schools and the administrators in the schools. We have a great district, and I thank you for all your support and what you do. And I enjoy coming to work. I don't like working. I got to have fun. And if I'm having fun, it's not work, and I'm having fun right now. Even during crazy times, I'm still having fun coming to work, and that's the way I got to work.
Thank you very much. We all do really appreciate you, everything you've done.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have anything else to say? Well, if there's no other business to be brought before the board, have a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Ms. Bumpus, second.
I'll second Ms. Sutton.
Ms. Sutton. All right, all signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed? All right, meeting's adjourned. Thank all of you.
Thank you again.